Keep your functions clear, let them do the work. With meaningful names, your code will never shirk. From novice to pro, keep the truth in your mind. Declare the way and you'll code just fine. Declare the way, make your functions run. Write the code and you've just begun. Reuse the flow, keep your logic clean. With declared functions, you'll be a coding machine.
All right, back in Visual Studio. So this section we're going to be talking about the basics of declared functions. There are other functions and function types that are going to have a slightly different syntax than this, but for now just bear in mind that we're only talking about declared functions here. So they always start with a keyword function, and then you have a function name, or sometimes purists will call it an identifier. So my cool function. And normally in programming we like to use this idea of camel casing, lowercase word, uppercase words after that. Okay. Open and close parentheses. Now I will shortly talk about what that means, but for right now we'll have a open and close curly, and that's actually where the action goes. So the stuff, console.log, hello world, this is a function. And now, so that's the function that's put together. Now I can go ahead and call it or invoke it like this. And when I run this program, this will actually not happen until I actually call it. Okay? So there it says hello world, this is a function. So that's about as easy as I can make this to explain functions. Now, between the open and closed parentheses are optional parameters. So I might say first, comma last. So I'm expecting two parameters, first and last. Here I might say Sam Smith, like that. So here's parameter 1, which matches here. Here's parameter 2, which matches here. And notice that they're going to be in sequential order. And let's go ahead and do console.log first. I'll make it lowercase. And we actually have not talked about strings or string concatenation, so this is kind of one of those trust me things. I know you're probably tired of hearing me say that. Say last. And this way we can at least see what the parameters are that were passed in. Okay. So down here you can see first, Sam, last, Sam. Here's the parameter. Now what's really interesting is you can actually maybe miss this and not put it there. And let's see what happens. So it says that last is undefined. It expected this last, but you didn't give it last. It still ran and did not crash. Like in C or C# or Java, it would crash, wouldn't even compile. But here it runs, it just realizes I didn't get last. And so I'm going to say last is undefined down here. So most of you are used to functions that have return values. So let's go ahead and do that. First, second. So it's expecting two numbers that it's going to add. And I'm going to go ahead and say let answer equals first plus second, and I'll return answer. Okay, so I've done that. Now let's call it. I'm going to say add two numbers, 15, 17. Fix that little error there. And I'll go ahead and run this. And obviously you don't see anything down here in the terminal window because I didn't do anything with this. So let me say let ret equals, and I'll say console.log So now we can see the answer that we got back. So 32. You can also do this a slightly different way. Instead of doing that, you can shortcut it and do that, and it will also still be fine. It really just depends on what you're trying to do and how you're trying to explain things. Declared functions are fairly simple to create and use, and so later on in this course we will get to more complex uses of them and also more complex function syntax.